Well, hello everyone again on YouTube land and a huge premise of whole internet space, and I'm Al doing my American speaking practice, current American speaking practice, and I was just pondering upon what a beach hero for today because I'm kind of running out of topics because I don't have actually particular topics, or I ran out of words to speak about particular items that surround me, and that's why today I decided to do something in an arbitrary way, complete improvisation without any scenario and storyline. I was here today, I'm having kind of screechy voice. Forgive me. I'm not forgiving again, like saying it out of respect to some audiences, to a lot of audiences and people that might watch me, and seeing that happening might not be the good use of their time in the first place if I sound out something correctly or not in that manner that I'm tending to fall along those lines of American English intonations and paces and accents in the first place and stuff like that. But I'll be trying. I'm all trying to do that. It's not like even for you. It's for me, for my own apprehension of English language. And as soon as I've been on this journey for a while, I know what I'm talking about pretty much. For the major part, I mean, let's do what I just finalized my current session of watching of the cool movie called Lucy, and I'll be talking about this movie maybe particular to give you my feedback and response as a final thing as I watched that movie, just finally arrived to that ending point like maybe several minutes ago. And I tell you what, this is the masterpiece made by Luc Besson, French, if I'm not mistaken here, French director, and it's just something. I like such a scientific fiction like movies, and everything is set on the right places, and performance good, scene sets good, performing well, impeccably I should say, not even well, impeccably. The right camera angle is set, the right dialogues, the right phrases, the right scene setting, and the right angles of shooting certain scenes, and everything is wrapped, everything is thought through, and everything just nears to be at the very point of the full impeccability, and the actors are great. Everything is done in almost again perfect way, and see that Lucy Gall, she's been considered as the first woman on earth, just very first woman on earth. Her name was Lucy, and that was the name of that gal who was running, zooming for the whole movie left and right, and getting into certain shooting scenes and trying to deliver the result of being able to pass the whole thing of the whole knowledge for future generations of people, to be making sure that it's passed and applied correctly, and she's done her best to deliver that result. But there were a lot of villains in this story. I don't know whether I can use the word villain in a plural form, but let it be. For me it works. So, and that again, Morgan Freeman performing that scientist that interviewed her and got some knowledge out of her dialogues and soliloquies, I should say, and she's been so great at delivering those soliloquies, being filled with those scientific and not known yet stuff, again being passed to fellow generations of scientists for future works. And again, I was just excited by her acting, and the more even with the acting of Morgan Freeman. I knew she was and still is a great actor of all times, but what I saw in that performance of him, that was just the higher degree bar, and he passed that bar, and I was just stunned. And it's something unfathomable how he does his dialogues, and the playing of his eyes, the playing of his lips, the face expression, the pauses, the words he uses, and also, like as I told you, the whole set of scenes, in which order to put those scenes, what actors are involved in certain scenes, what pace is put inside of each of those scenes, and all these weaved into impeccability and greatness and unfathomableness. If I can say that way, can I say unfathomableness, and something like that. If that word hadn't existed then, I put it in use just right now. I'm doing it for the whole American English. Yeah, guys, I don't want to mess too much on my today's video shoot, because it's all dedicated to Lucy movie, and I want you to watch it and say your words. As for just externalize your impressions. If you like scientific stuff like I do, scientific fiction movies and stuff like that, you'll be just flabbergasted with what you see there. And if you're true in that area, if you're a true maniac in those areas of expertise of scientific and fiction, with all together movies, then you're my guy, you're my gal. Watch it. This is my recommendation. I delegate you the right of doing so, because when you watch it, you cannot unsee that. You will never be able to unsee that. It's like always with you, and you want to always return to that starting point and watch it again. The more you watch that movie, the more you stick to that, and you're like being lured once you popped up with the idea what to watch. Like today, I'm running out of new movies to watch because they are lame and all shitty packed, to be honest with you, and you're getting back to that previous experiences of watching good movies. They are released in different years, and that movie is released in 2014, but it's like was yesterday, not longer than yesterday. Time flies, I know, but sometimes it flies for good, and that movie probably that delivers the idea that the time, the only measuring tool and the only tool that put everything in use on our planet, not only on our planet, on the whole universe. I mean, and we distinguish time, and we distinguish matter, and all again those tiny particles of existence, those atoms, molecules, and molecule is a rather big object in terms of tiny particles. You know that. No doubt about it. But it's like a reminder of what we are and who we are and what we do on our planet and why we are put here, for what use, for what purpose. It doesn't deliver the final, not even correct, the final answer why we are here and what we do. in a big scale of picture what we do here, what, and just I never actually ceases to amaze me how people think about their maybe some people think they're born here, they're put on this planet for drinking beer, smoking cigarettes, and more strong alcohols, and doing some other irrelevant activities. Irrelevant is to say the least irrelevant activities. So if we want to use cruel words here, I won't tell them on YouTube. I know a lot of cursing words in American English, I believe, but I don't want to keep silent as for that, because I try to be like me, but not not abusing any other people's sensitive ears, and again, to be polite with you and following lines that I want to follow. Otherwise I wouldn't been following those lines, right? Why deceive yourself in the first place? I don't. So to be good and give your feedback. Maybe if you don't, I probably won't die out of that, and just be good and diligent in your life. Think on that. Yeah, let's reflect. Yeah, think on that. Be good. I gotta all say thanks again for whatever we're doing. Now I know what we're doing in our edition of today, and I'll be doing some other stuff within intraday time. And thanks for watching, and I'll be with you as soon as I get something on the microphone. Rise with be good. Gotta all stay tuned. Be fresh. Stay fresh. Be amazingly beautiful in your existence, and so on and so far, and thank you so much. Be good. Peace out. Pleasure.